Toxicity is when you are being over selfless or over selfish. It could also be the belief that you are forced to do something, I must do this, or the belief that you are exempted or we're entitled to something. Today we're going to talk about toxicity. So with the males, the human male, the first one could be misogyny, the belief that women, they're just objects here to serve you or to work for you, to be what you want them to be, to have this concept of a woman should be like this, a woman should be like that, and not like this, not like that, right? Having this concept of that women should fall under this mental standards you've created them to be. That's number one. That is toxic masculinity or being a toxic man. When your wife or your woman is pregnant, the belief that she should see herself through, she's the one who's pregnant, blah blah blah. No, pregnancy should be shared in as much as she's the one bearing the load. As a man, you should support your woman, be in this process together. She shouldn't feel alone, right? It's not really simpy. They call it a simp. It's not being a simp to be there to support your woman and be there for her during this process. And it's not being alpha or an alpha male to just be hanging out with your friends, drinking alcohol, doing whatever you feel like doing while your wife is at home. She's not able to go out. She's not able to take alcoholic beverages, but you are able to do all that. No, you should be one supportive and in unity during this process. And if you feel like you can do whatever you want because you biologically you're not involved in this process, you are a toxic human male. Toxic man. Chores and child nurturing. Thus, gender traditional role, I cannot emphasize it enough. It is not solely resting on the shoulders of the human female. No. Chores, it is a basic human rule to clean up and make sure that the space you are in is clean and tidy so that you avoid being sick, so that you avoid getting infections and parasites in your living environment. It is not on the shoulders of the female human. No. Child nurturing and child bringing up and child caring is not a role, it's not the human female role only. It is everybody's role because these are both your children. So if you believe that I won't do this, I won't do that because I have a woman, then you're a toxic man. Emotional repression. If you repress your emotion, men don't cry, men don't express their emotions, men, then you're a toxic man because emotions don't go by gender. Sadness, is sadness. The way a woman feels sadness is just the way a man feels sadness, and the way a man feels sadness is the same way a woman feels sadness. It's just the same. It's not a gender thing, it's a human thing. So if you repress them, they will manifest themselves as an illness or a disease. The need to win. If I didn't win this argument, if I didn't win this tender, if I didn't win this turmoil, if I didn't win, then I'm not man enough. Toxicity, sexual dominance. I can just go to any woman out there and it's okay. My head count is what validates me as a man. The higher the head count, the more manly I am. Right? Toxic man. The more money I have is the more human beings I can conquer, is the more human beings I can control. That belief categorizes you as a toxic man. We come to toxic femininity or toxic human females, toxic woman. Empathy. Number one is empathy. If you believe that you should always be feeling sorry for somebody or you should be able to perceive what the next person is feeling regardless of what you're really feeling, toxic. Submission. If you believe that the man should always be the leader, You should always look up to the man. You don't have a voice for yourself. If the man hasn't said it, then I shouldn't say it. That toxic. Selflessness. If you believe that everything falls under you, nurturing. Bring, I will do it. No, I will. Don't worry, I got it. At the expense of your energy, self-sacrificing. Not unless you're truly happy to do it. If you're truly happy to do it, then that's fine. But if you know that you're only doing it just because you feel like it should rest on your shoulders, toxic. Sexual modesty. Believing that the less your head count, the better you are, toxic. Because this was a trait that was first crafted by men so that they could go out there, experience all the sexual goodness they can gather, and then settle down with somebody who will look up to them for instructions and all that, so that they could find the most innocent candidate they could possibly find. Otherwise, it's got nothing to do with your value. It's got nothing to do with the human being that you are. No, it's not. You can be a sexual being. You can enjoy your sexuality the best way you can. It doesn't mean that you have less value or what. No. Sexual modesty, toxic. I don't mean that if you believe in covering up or you believe in being sexual modest that you are wrong. No, I just mean that it's okay to express your sexuality. It's not wrong. But if you believe that if you should repress, it's repression that we're against here. So if you repress your sexuality, then that's toxic. But if you are truly modest, then that's fine. And wow, as I've said in the beginning of this video, that toxicity is when you are being more selfless, you're sacrificing your being, or you are being more selfish, you are withholding your being. Find the sweet spot between withholding and sacrificing. Find that balance. Payments of bills or any financial responsibility. This part is just the same as pregnancy in males. As I've stated in males that when their woman is pregnant, it doesn't exempt them from supporting the woman. Yes, biologically and naturally, the pregnancy and breastfeeding aspect of child nurturing falls solely on the woman, but that doesn't exempt the man to support and be there in the whole process. If the woman cannot take alcoholic beverages, the man should also not take it in solidarity. If the woman can't go out there to see their friends, then the man should also be in the process in solidarity. They should also not go out there, not unless they've come to an agreement and to a certain compromise. But it shouldn't feel like the woman is in this process on her own. Likewise, with these bills and financial responsibilities, yes, biologically and naturally, financial responsibilities fall on men. But that doesn't mean that women are exempted. They should just sit over there and fold their arms and be like, no, you are the provider, you are the supporter, you should take care of the home, blah, 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 blah. No. If the man is struggling, the woman should assist, right? That's the part I'm trying to toxify here. That if you have the resources, then assist. Don't look up on your man for provision 100%. If he is struggling, then assist. But if you don't believe in assisting, toxic. Manipulation because you're the damsel in distress, using your looks, using your feminine touch, using your weakness as a form to manipulate people. Toxic. Beauty and appearance. Feeling like you're forced to look amazing, feeling like you're forced to put on makeup, feeling like you're forced to look chic and devilish and all that, right? Never put pressure on yourself. If you believe that the natural route makes you comfortable in your own skin, go for that route. And if you believe that making yourself up makes you comfortable and makes you feel good in your skin, then take that route. Perfect. But if you feel and if you feel pressured to go a certain route because of society or general expectation. Toxic. To summarize this whole thing up, just be comfortable in your own skin. Do what feels right by you. Don't let society detect what is and what isn't for you. Because if you start conforming to those standards and rules and regulation, then you become toxic. And toxicity leads to resentfulness because you're doing something out of trying to impress, not because it's what your soul desires. So follow your soul desire, follow your soul purpose, then you're in line. But make sure that you're not too selfish, you're not too selfless in the process. Don't be too sacrificial and don't be too self withholding. Just give yourself out there, give enough of yourself, but know how and when to set your boundaries. Find that sweet spot. That's the secret to being healthy. That's the secret to avoiding toxicity. Stay healthy.